Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne is out today. And, of course, Claudia Jordan's our guest co-host. And we're talking about support animals. Now, this conversation comes from the judge in the YSL case who says he needed his support animal in court, which is a Labrador Retriever with a bell. And he said the dog minds his business. And we're asking, what are your thoughts on support animals? Now, I do know support animals help a lot in a lot of situations, help with anxiety, help with phobias, help with fears. So I do get it. But sometimes I think people take it too far.
They do. I said, I do.
Now, what phobia will help you when you got your support alligator? Because now I have a phobia.
Right.
If I'm sitting next to you in a plane and you got an alligator with you, now I have a phobia. Your support animal is my phobia.
And think of logistically with an alligator. It has to go to the bathroom on a flight, right? Do you put a diaper and the vest? Does a vest go with that diaper?
Forget it has to go to the bathroom. It has to eat. It's going to be hungry.
Right.
And I'm going to look like lunch.
Go ahead and catch a hold of your toe and do that death roll in the aisle.
Yeah,
and
spinning me down the Delta flight. No. Now, I get it. Like, some people, yes, a cat and a dog in certain situations can help. But sometimes, I mean, I've seen people on flights with dogs the size of me sitting between somebody's leg, and now I'm scared the whole flight. So now your support system is scaring me.
I think, like, in typical American fashion, listen, there's always going to be people going to take advantage of the system. Like I said, I did it myself.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's up? This is Anonymous. I can't give out my name for this one.
Why? What's up? Talk to us.
Yo, listen, let me tell you, I have an issue with these support animals. First of all, that is white people activity. Black people don't need no support animals. And I think it's crazy that they think that they should be allowed to bring these stinky animals into public places like restaurants and grocery stores. And, like, why do I have to be subjected to your animal because you are too sensitive to come outside without a dog?
Now,
or a parrot.
Parrot. Now, I will agree. I will agree with this. I do feel that some people do need it. People with disabilities or people having problems, they do need that support system. Man. But sometimes I feel like just the little old white lady just got the little Pomeranian in the supermarket sniffing all the groceries is just a little too far.
Listen, dog, I feel like these people that have all these animals are because they're lonely and they have social skills that are not adequate. You don't need to walk around with no dog in your backpack or getting on an airplane to have this nasty-looking animal looking at me with his tongue out, breathing that breath on me when I'm in the plane. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too excessive. America has gotten soft. We don't need these things. Like, we support animals. Animals don't support us. We wipe their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we feed them. They don't feed us. So I think it's just a cop-out for people to just seek attention. Like, look at me. I have a dog. Like, it's stupid.
Thank you, brother. Nika.
Yes.
Hey, Nika, good morning.
Good morning.
We're talking support animals this morning. What's your thought?
I love my dog. She's not an official support animal, but my baby Sky, she was with me through COVID, and she was there 100%. They love you in ways that a person couldn't.
So let me ask you a question. You put a vest on the dog and say it's a support animal and just take it to places with you?
I thought about it, but all you gotta do is get them certified. There's not much to get them certified.
So you don't need it. You just want to carry them around with you.
That's my girl. She's with me 100%.
See. Again, there are people that legitimately need it. We're not talking about y'all. We're talking about taking advantage of the system, and it's easy.
Chanel.
Yes.
Let's talk about support animals this morning.
Support animals are a bunch of BS. Why you get to have your freaking animal with you when giving me anxiety? Because I don't do animals. I don't do cats, dogs, none of that. So now my nerves all jacked up. If you can't go nowhere without your animal, stay your ass home. That's not cool.
But you know, Chanel, some people do need it. Some people have disabilities and
stay home. Okay, that's fine. I understand. When I go in the grocery store, I don't need to see no seeing eye dog, because the dog can't tell you how much your stuff is. I understand blind people need the dog, but what you need a dog for in the grocery store, that's nasty. That's real nasty. Putting the kids go in the basket, you still put the dog in the basket.
Blind people got to shop too, Chanel.
Blind people, they get a pass.
Shopping, Braille, they can't. What they need the dog for? The dog can't tell them how much the stuff is in the store.
I kind of love her. But she's
Chanel,
wrong.
blind people got to go out too. They just not gonna be shopping
They
online
can
with
go
Braille
out, and that's fine. But why they gotta be in the store?
because they
But
got
your
to.
dog can-
They want to touch the fruit and make sure the fruit is hard and soft, and they want to pick their own stuff out as well. They can feel it and touch it, and they need the dog to guide them.
That's fine, but what you need the dog for? What you need the dog for?
How they gonna walk down the aisle if they can't see?
They got a cane. Ray Charles did it. I ain't seen him with one dog.
Ray Charles.
Goodbye, Chanel.
Bye.
Goodbye, Chanel.
I was with her until I tried. She
You know what?
The CNI dogs, come on, they get a pass. We're not
800
talking about those.
800-585-1051. We're just talking about support dogs this morning. Let's have a conversation. What do you think about them? Let's talk. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about support animals. This conversation comes from a judge in the YSL case who said he needed his support animal in court to help him out, which seems a little strange for me being a judge because the judge sees so much. So the fact that he needs a support animal would kind of scare me if I'm a defendant. I'm not going to sit there and lie. I would feel like he needs this dog to make a decision, and I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about that. But let's go to the phone lines. We're asking about support animals. Now, I do feel that people do need support animals. There's a lot of people that use support animals, people who have anxiety and phobias and fears, and those dogs comfort them. A lot of people with disabilities use the dog to be able to get around and feel comfortable in public. So we're just asking what's your opinion on these animals. We have Chrissy on the line. Chrissy, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Okay, so on your service animals, dogs, animals, I think that's stupid. But I'm actually not to call to say that, but to defend the judge.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a emotional support dog. He had a support dog, and there's a difference. I'm sorry, a service dog, and that's the purpose of the bell. The bell is to tell everybody around him if he's about to have a seizure or if he's about to go into like something medical. My niece has one. Mm-hmm. So I think giving him, like the young man who gave him the donkey of the day, for him explaining to the audience or to the courtroom that, hey, you know, I have this service dog behind me. If you hear this bell, you know, this is this. Don't be alarmed. Don't feed him, this, that, and the third. I think he told it in a jokingly way, but it's just to tell the people around him, hey, heads up. This bell started going off. Y'all need to call somebody.
I got you.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, thank you, Mama, for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too.
So we're wrong.
Now we have Catherine on the line. Catherine, good morning.
Good morning, DJ Envy. Hey, Claudia.
Hey.
Now,
good
Catherine is a mental health therapist and support her clients and people having support animals, correct?
I do, yeah. So, like, within my career, I've had plenty of clients with support animals, from children to senior citizens, all the way around. So I'm in full support. And now, I do agree with you, DJ Envy, what you said earlier about how people kind of take it too far with, like, the kangaroos, the chickens, and all them other things that you said earlier. So those, yes, you don't need that. But as far as dogs and cats, those animals bring a certain level of affection to people's lives. You know, like, unconditionally, dogs will, like, love you. They will greet you at the door and do all of these things. So I have had clients that needed that, whether, you know, so this support animal kind of helped them through that. Mm-hmm. I've even had clients who are so, like, fearful of, like, airplanes for whatever reason, the turbulence, you know, they knew somebody that like that on plane, whatever the case may be, but they just can't even walk on the door of an airplane. And what are they going to do? Just, like, never travel and not live their lives? So we have to find some type of, like, supplement for them to be able to live their daily lives and do things. Now, do I think people kind of take advantage of it and bring certain animals to environments where maybe it's not needed? Yes, but it's such a slippery slope because a lot of people just really do struggle going to coffee shops, getting up, getting in the car. So it's like you kind of need to take certain measures in order for them to do things. So it's like it's really a slippery slope. I've even had, like, I am a therapist for children. I was in the past. So I've even had children in this facility that I was working at the time. They were just so suicidal and tried so many different things every day to, like, try to kill themselves. But then when we implemented, weekly support animal therapy, I think it was like 2 to 3 times a week or something like that, this particular client lived each week and each day so that they can see this animal. So it does definitely bring a different level
Yeah, no, I get it.
And optimism to certain people.
And I do know.
Yeah, but yeah.
I do know people do need it, and I know it helps with anxiety and things like that. But my thing is when I start seeing people with alligators and pigs and kangaroos. You're a therapist. Have you ever, suggested somebody to go get a kangaroo or alligator or a parrot or a peacock? But I always have to ask, like, my daughter, right? My daughter, London, is scared of dogs. Like, when I say scared, it doesn't matter how little, how big. It could be a miniature dog. She ain't messing with dogs. So now, if she's on a plane with somebody with a dog, it's kind of, like, what does she do? Now, she has anxiety because there's a dog there. And now the person with the dog there doesn't have anxiety,
Yeah, and that is true, because you do have people with, like, a phobia of certain animals. So it's like, what do? You make that person uncomfortable, or do I just, like, not get on a plane because I can't get on without the dog? So that's why, and it's like you can't really make it fair for everybody in every situation, which is why even if you do have, like, a dog, and things like that on a plane, I don't even think I've seen, like, really big dogs on a plane. I think it has to be, like, small, so where they're in, like, the little carrier or the cage or whatever. Which could be helpful for people like your daughter who has a fear of dogs. But it's a slippery slope. Like, I'm in support of it, but no, I never say, oh, yeah, go get that alligator because you have anxiety, and go get that kangaroo and do that. No, you definitely keep it small, like dogs, cats, or maybe even like a rabbit, a bunny, something, containable. But yeah, people do take advantage of certain things like they do with anything else in life. But even with the judge, when you guys are talking about the judge,
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, what's your thoughts on the judge having a support dog?
So, I do think it is okay for that judge. I don't know what that judge got going on, and I think you guys hit it on the head earlier when you said that, the judge is basically, the decision maker for people's fate. He's the one, for kidnappers, for murderers, and all of these other different things he had going on, and that definitely could take a toll on him. So I don't know if he has a support animal for, his career purposes, or maybe he has things going on interpersonally. But honestly, like the clip you guys played earlier where he was talking about his dog and things like that, that man honestly spoke about that dog for less than 3 minutes. And I don't think that man should be crucified of that. To say that, oh, he knows more about the dog than the case, that is, like, false. He was just trying to speak about something lighter other than this RICO charge. This RICO thing has been going on for a while, and it's definitely a dark topic. And for Young Thug, I think maybe he didn't want to hear about the dog, but honestly, I don't think he wants to hear about this RICO case either. This is a horrible situation.
Touché.
So honestly, to spend less than 3 minutes to talk about a dog and things like that, I don't think there was anything wrong with that. And for him to bring it in court, it is okay for him, to do. If he can go on and do his job effectively and actually make appropriate decisions based on the facts at hand, if his dog wants to sit beside him and do that, that's okay.
Well, thank you, Catherine. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Atlanta. I'm a therapist in Atlanta.
Okay, well, we appreciate you. And thank you for checking in and checking us when we don't know our facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. I listen to y'all every morning. I'm sad Charlamagne isn't there. I wanted to say hi to him, but thank y'all so much for just making my trip to work just amazing. And I want you guys to have a great day. Oh, and Claudia, I'm so sorry about your friend, too. I was listening this morning about your friend and the husband. Yeah. I'm also a relationship therapist, too. I do therapy, like, all the way around. And that was just so awful for her to, like, go through that. And I'm so sorry. I definitely hope you find her a much better, husband than the one she had before.
Thank you so much. She's a good person, and I'm actually heartbroken for her. I really love her she's just a great person. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine. All right.
Envy, I think it is a generational thing too. Like, I think times are changing with everything, and there's a lot of things we have to get used to. And I hear myself talking sometimes, and I think I sound old school in some regards. Because like a lot of the stuff that we thought, oh, that's just BS. Because we were told when we were coming up,
That's true.
power through it. And we didn't really get a lot of empathy or sympathy for mental health.
That's true.
That wasn't a thing growing up. So I think we're in different times now, and maybe we have to adjust. I think the people that really need it, cats, dogs, yes. I do think that people are taking advantage and going too far with some of these other things for attention.
Yeah.
Some people.
Yeah, I agree. And when you put it like that, yeah, I agree. It's a generational thing. 'Cause a lot of times, like you said, now you power through it. You don't need that. You solve. But yeah, if life is easier, if I have a support animal, then get a support animal.
But keep your support alligator the hell away from me.
Yeah, keep your alligator, your peacock, your kangaroo, your snake, your squirrel away from me when it comes to support animals. Yeah, and for yours that don't know, after hearing a lot from you guys, and they're saying that actual dog was able to detect seizures.
Seizures in the judge.
Yeah, so that's why the judge had him. He's not an emotional support dog. He's a service dog, which is if there's a problem or a situation, he's able to detect it before things happen. So that's why the judge has the dog there.
I can rock with that.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
that makes sense. So we were wrong, but that's why he has that animal with him in the courtroom. So, all right, well, we got rumors on the way. What are we talking about?
We are talking about Joe Smith, how he ran through his $61 million he earned in the NBA.
Wow. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.